Shalom. God bless you. Welcome back to Code Searcher. Okay, guys, I'll confess. I've been procrastinating a little bit to doing this video because I'm a little bummed out. Um. Anyway, it was a good trip. Um. Only one problem: the DVDs didn't come out like I thought they would. They burned, but were not formatted correctly, which was my fault. This software that come with the burner, I only had like an hour to learn, and apparently I didn't do something right. It was a step I missed, and y- you have to go to the folder and open it, and then go to the video folder there, and instead of what was supposed to happen was you just put it in and it just takes you right to a menu page, and you had this interactive um, page, and it didn't happen. So it's really embarrassing, and it was like getting punched in the stomach when I got the phone call today. Brother Larry Perino, awesome brother I met in Colorado. He's a pastor there, and he had a whole group with him, and I was so blessed by them. They took me to a place and have some dessert and talked to me, and he called me today, and he was like, "Brother," and I could hear it in his voice. I knew it had to be, but and I was kind of holding out that things were going to be okay because nobody had emailed me yet and said there was anything wrong, but turns out there is. So if you got a DVD, the thing to do is you have to use it on your computer. It will not work in a Blu-ray or a DVD player, and that's my fault. I apologize for that, guys. I hate it so bad because I put so many hours in burning those things. The only good thing about it is I didn't burn all 1,000 of them. I only burned a couple of hundred. So I got several, sleeves left that once we get it formatted right, I can burn it correctly. But it's a learning curve. Thank God it wasn't so bad. So anyway, this whole thing, sometimes I have to learn things on the fly. And doing things on your own, many times, things can go wrong. I'm not perfect, and I said that before. I'm not a perfect person. So, the good thing is, I met a lot of awesome people, because I gave out the DVDs and table cards. They, even though I didn't have a table. The thing about it is, I asked Bob Orrick if I could set up a table. And he said, well, that wouldn't be fair to the speakers. And I didn't understand what that meant at first until, let me make sure my mic is working. Anyway, I asked him, can I put out a table? He says, wouldn't be fair to the other speakers, but he let me walk around and pass out stuff. So I was thinking about that. Why would not be fair to the speakers? I wouldn't be taken away from them. But the thing about it is, it occurred to me something that a subscriber told me. The guy that was going to go with me from Oklahoma City about the money, about the sale of books and stuff like that. I didn't have enough letters behind my name, and I don't have any books written or anything like that yet. And so these guys were selling books, and they pay money for these tables, and for me to go in there and give away something free at a table would be taking away from them. And I understood that, but what do you do? I'm not skilled at this. I don't know the ins and outs of everything, and I probably need some advice in many ways. That's probably what I need to do what Brother Kent mentioned, the need for a counsel, making decisions, oversights, little details, attention to details. Have patience with me, guys. I'm trying. If you got a DVD, email me if it doesn't work. If you can't figure out how to open it, email me, and I will burn another one reformatted so where to play into a DVD player. And we'll just, I don't like to make a mistake more than once, so um, things will only get better from here. Praise God. I've been looking at a couple of tables here while I was procrastinating. I was thinking, well, I better go ahead and do a video. It's 2:44 in the morning. People are waiting for that update. For the most part, I didn't go to see any speakers. I was going to network to get, some material out and trying to get people aware of the channel and of the website and things like that. And also plug the live search, live stream that we're going to do in Jonesboro. And, whether the DVDs play or not, it was still a point of contact. I still got cards in people's hands, still met hundreds of people. I met probably 20 or 25 of my subscribers, which was really a surprise. I had no idea that that many people would show up and would recognize me, which was really bizarre, by the way, folks. And this young lady, I can't remember her name, brown eyes, wears glasses, kind of shorter than me. You were holding a silver coffee cup the first morning. Forgive me for not knowing your name. I should have wrote down people's name. But she was coming up to me and had eye contact. And at first I didn't know. I mean, it was very intense. It was like she recognized me and she was smiling at me. But I was thinking she might have been seeing somebody behind me. But she was like, anyway, when somebody recognizes you and they know you and you don't know them, it's very bizarre. Because anyway, that happened several times, and a couple of times I was with either a speaker or Bob Orrig, where someone said, hey, we came here just to see you. So if anything, it was validation in the Lord was validating in front of this guy who was turning me down for giving away free stuff, because it would be unfair to the speakers who are making tons of money. I could care less about making the money. I just wanted to get the information to people and get them aware, because it's so critical of the days that are ahead. I really enjoyed meeting the people that I did. Everybody. Ricky, Larry Perino, his daughter, that whole gang. There's at least 20 or 30 alone in Colorado Springs. And then I'm with that group. But then I met others that came from far off, like Bonnie Lynch came over 20 hours, I think she said, Pennsylvania. And I was so humbled. Her and her mom and her daughters drove all that way. Everybody that I met, and you blessed me, and we had conversation. It was awesome to meet you. I wish I would have wrote down names. I was driving home thinking about all the things I should have done. I should have kept my phone charged more, because I was on it so much it was going dead and I didn't get hardly any pictures at all. I got pictures of the scenery driving, but I didn't get any pictures with people that I even asked Larry, okay, we get a group picture, and I got out of there without getting a picture. But the good thing is there's such a group there that it's worth going back and doing a conference with them like we did in Jonesboro. And the other thing is, I realized on the drive that there are several subscribers in a small area, or a smaller area in Texas, at least 50 or 60. So guys, if we can get regions organized, even if I don't get to be a speaker at one of these conferences, at least we can do things in regions where people that understand. Because when I met the people that I did that recognized me, that are subscribed, and Daniel in the elevator, don't forget, I didn't forget you either, brother. They get it. They really get it, and the Lord is moving and revealing things to them through this. So it was such a blessing to meet those people. If nothing else, that was a highlight. Really awesome. I wish I could have spent more time with you, each one of you. I really enjoyed it. And I'm thankful for the subscribers that help make it possible. Those that help get get me out there. The donations to help me with the DVDs, the printing of the labels, Brother Ray Herring, um, the moderators over in Facebook group that help. I love you guys. I couldn't have done this without the Lord sending help. And I'm not skilled in everything, so I'm apt to make some mistakes, and I apologize for that. But we will get this formatted right and get it out to everybody that wants it. Um, Now, the live stream event. We've got several weeks that we can get this organized, and I'm going to need help on this too, guys. Big time, because if we're going to pull off something that's live, there cannot be any mistakes, because we cannot go to um, you know, live and things go wrong and just be a catastrophe. I'm a learn from mistakes, so I know details are very important. So those of you that understand, platforms and different things that we could do as a group, whether that's Google Hangouts or Tiny Chat or whatever, that's best. I want to get that organized, and everybody that is code searching, Malcolm, Reyes on the West Coast, Chris, all of you guys that are searching, James Robertson, we need to get organized and get together, because something big is going to happen here. I really believe it, and I got a feeling, really, really strong feeling when I was coming home, praying to God, and I felt Him really urging me about this Siding Spring here. That's what I'm looking at now, and a couple other things. The Shemitah, some serious stuff coming, and I want to search it as a group, because I am 80% sure, and I can only say 80% sure because of Mars being such a loosely associated ELS in this, that this comet collides with something. Now what it is, I don't know yet. The experts say it has a chance to hit Mars. That's why I had the theory, but it could be something else too. I want to search it deeper, and I want to do it as a group, and this is one that I believe is very important, because God is saying something very serious here, especially Isaiah 24 is here. This is where the earth is teetering to and fro like a drunkard. What causes that? Anyway, the connection to Wormwood. It's all, and at less than 9,000. I mean, this is still a very, it's a moderate table. A couple of others I want to do as a group too. But the thing about it is, if we could do it with multiple code searchers, I think we can make some extreme progress. And I believe the Holy Spirit is going to do something amazing. It happened over in Tiny Chat, and I have thought about that night for so long, that was such a powerful move of the Holy Spirit. I want people to see. I mean, this is, when somebody gets it, it really blesses my heart, because the criticism really hurt. When I was handing out the DVDs, I was standing at the door when one of the speakers had let out, I think it was Marzulli, and I was passing out the DVDs, and this guy grabbed it, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll take one. I'm into the occult." And I was like, I almost took it back. I was just, the occult. And I can see how that is, because Laban had both a teraphim and an ephod. So, things get categorized, but you can't put God in a box, because He had a plan for the codes. And just because there are Kabbalists involved, and you got an atheist, Michael Drazen, writing books, does not mean that God put the codes in there for them. But He had a purpose. For His anointed, for His chosen people, for His people, He hid things for you, not from you. And I want to explore that with you. I want to go through it with you so you can see the same things that I see, get the same blessings. Because when God shows me something and I know it's Him, I get overwhelmed with. It's like a fire shut up in my bones. I know what the prophet means. It's just you want to run and scream and holler and tell somebody. That's how it is. It's amazing. So anyway, I got to meet Russ Briot. Awesome speaker. He talks about the Shroud of Turin. Shroud Encounter. That's his DVD I got from him. The 7 Secrets of the Shroud of the Sacred Shroud. Bill Federer is another. Yeah. Federer. Changed to Change. It's a book I'm going to have to read here. Very interesting speaker, and he got really excited about the codes. You know, I was standing there talking to him, and the funny thing is, one of my subscribers walked up at that moment. That was like 3 times this happened. Walks up and says, "Hey, I came to see you." So this guy's like, "Are you a speaker?" And I was like, "No, I'm not really anybody, but thanks for asking." I gave him a DVD and I gave him one of the cards, and we talked for a few minutes. But the next morning, he came up to me and he was really enthusiastic. He was like, "That was an amazing conversation we had." And, you know, I think he may have watched something. Maybe he opened it. I don't know. But he seemed very enthusiastic about the codes. Same thing with Russ Briot too, especially when I told him that I had found the Shroud of Turin in the codes. That you know, not only me but other researchers as well had found the shroud. It also had been a fascination of me. Thomas Ice, Breaking the Apocalypse Codes, another book I got. The Popular Handbook on the Rapture, and David Hamlin, interesting fellow too. I talked to, Unveiling the Mysteries of the Last Days. Russ Briot was the only speaker I went and actually saw, other than, you know, I stepped in when Marzulli was on, but for the most part, it was meet and greet the whole time. I mean, other than when I was sleeping or getting something to eat, I was talking to somebody or, you know, introducing myself. Oh, I got to tell you about the 2 ladies that turned me down. So I walk up to these 2. And I was like, can I give you something for free? I got a free DVD. And they were like, they looked at it like I had a disease or something. They was like, no, thank you. But I later found out that at one of these prophecy conferences that some people infiltrated the conference and was actually going around spreading bad material or something. So I thought maybe they thought I was one of those. So, well, anyway, I would really like to do regional things where I can come and be with groups, because I'm willing to drive, well, you saw 16 hours. You know, because it's a passion. I love this. I love the Bible. I love God. And this is my passion right now. This is what I do. And I love it when somebody gets it. I really believe that God is going to validate with this particular comet what happens in October. I really, from that point on, I believe that the channel will probably explode, because God's going to declare beforehand what's going to happen, and we're going to see it. I really believe that, because if, listen, I want to show you something. This is the comet right here, the comet Siding Spring. This is the axis term. You can see here these letters. I forget my picture's in the way. The word comet, balancing on top of there. Okay, we have the word collides, which doesn't appear in the plain text normally. It's actually, like, as I say, the abacus effect. It comes together, but you got to smite right there. Also, collides is vertical as well. The perfect balance there. You see that? Same word as this. Now, I'm showing you that because I want to take you to Michael Drosnin's table of Yitzhak Rabin, the assassination. This is the assassination table. The one that predicted Rabin's assassination 1 year beforehand. And this is why. It says here, an assassin will assassinate or a killer will kill. Crossing the name. Here's the access term, his name here. You can see shot in the green and shot this way twice. He was shot twice by Amir Gigal. You can see his name here in the blue in the dark letters. Amir Gigal. That is gun. Gun is also here in the blue. We've got president put to death. Put to death is here 5 times in the white. Put to death. And you can see Heshvan. That's the month he was killed in Heshvan. Now, if this was a predictive table, you see with because we're talking about proximity and smallest width, smallest skip. This is 2386, and this was a predictive table. Now, Siding Spring. If you've got collides crossing over, and the other one was a predictive table, and you got everything else that indicates something catastrophe coming, and everything else that is in there with the ALSs, I believe God's declaring something. I really do. And I know it's putting me out there on a limb. But what do? When you are a watchman and you feel like God is showing you something, even if you see on the horizon the smoke and the dust from an army coming closer, and it's miles and miles away, you sound the alarm, even if it's a friendly. Because if you're wrong, people die. Right? I don't know that it's going to be a catastrophe, but I do believe it's going to be a serious sign from God. I really do. Because of what our leaders are going to make choices to do concerning Israel. And that's where I'm standing on that. There's a rapture involved here. There's wormwood and there's poison. There's so much that indicates this is clearly going into revelation. This is clearly judgment. This is clearly God doing signs and wonders in the heavens. Blood moon tetrads. Come on, folks. Wake up, church. You got to get into prophecy and get out of the prosperity gospel, the hyper grace. You're going to miss it. There's a rapture coming. And I know some people don't believe in the rapture. You know, I don't know what to tell you. It doesn't matter if you believe in it or not. If you're a saved, sanctified, child of God, you go. Otherwise, you're appointed for something else. You may be one of those tribulation saints. You may not be ready to go. It's coming, though. Or I would not be doing this with such passion. Making a fool of myself. Family thinks I'm crazy. It's out of love. I'm not here to make money. I'm not selling the books. But God takes care of my needs, and I'm so thankful that He does that, or I wouldn't have the courage to keep going. And then I meet the people like I met at this conference, and then it solidifies, or it gives you that resolve that God is anointed and God has called you to do this. I had no idea the impact, and I'm humbled that He would use me. I really am. In my own opinion, he couldn't pick the worst person. I'm not good in organized. Um, I'm amazed that I've been able to learn Hebrew as quickly because I failed Spanish in high school, which is baffling to me. But God is a God of language, and He's the creator. Nothing is impossible with Him. He's shown that with me. Amazing, amazing God we serve. So there's so much to come out of this. So much. God's going to declare beforehand what's going to happen. I believe that. I believe we're going to see it. There's a lot to do in this next year. The Shemitah year. The Shemitah happens. It's a whole year long. We're going to see things happening all year long. Israel and America. I know the things with the ISIS and everything seems very dire right now, but it's just setting up. It's setting up a foundation of what's coming, which is a Gog and Magog. I know everybody wants to talk about Psalm 83, but if you integrate Hebraic eschatology, they're not looking for Psalm 83. They're looking for Gog and Magog. And you hear Glazerson talk about it all the time. Gog and Magog. And the foundations are being set right now. You can see it. There's no doubt. Get ready. Get your house in order, folks. I'm not here to spread, fear. I'm being real with you. And I don't care how big of a fool I look. I believe my God. And He's tired. He's tired of the iniquity. He's tired of the treachery. The aborted babies, the gay marriage, the things that have grieved God, the pushing Him out of the country. And you wonder where the favor went? Anyway, it's just, it's late and I'm rambling now, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out. But there's tables I'm gonna get out here very quickly. I want to talk about the Shemitah table again because I found some more stuff in it. Somebody's requested that we do, talk about this more, and I want to. There's a lot more here. So Andy, you're getting your request, brother. God had already put it on my heart to pull this one up and start looking at it some more. So be in prayer for me. God bless you if you're supporting this ministry. Thank you so much. You bless me. You feed me. Every need God has met. It amazes me. I was wanting to hold on to a painting job because I was scared God wasn't going to take care of me. And He got me fired. He made my uncle fire me. And then He took care of every need. And so I could focus on this. And then the distractions came with my family. But thank you from the bottom of my heart for standing with me, for prayerfully supporting this ministry. Everything that you do, I appreciate it. God bless you. Be looking for the next video coming up. I'm going to try to get another one out tonight. Well, actually this morning. It's 3 o'clock. I'm on that schedule again, guys.